welcome to the Intrepid Guide channel. If this is the first time here, my name is Michelle, I'm the Intrepid Guide, and I vlog about languages and travel. Now this is part 3 of my Monopoly tour of London. I'm so passionate about the board game Monopoly that I thought I'd visit every place on the board. Now today we're doing the third side, so I'll be starting at the Strand and going all the way to Piccadilly. So if you haven't followed me yet, then you can do so at the Intrepid Guide on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. First up is the Strand, so let's head there now. So at the moment I'm on the cusp of the Strand and Fleet Street. So on this side you've got the Strand, and then over here you've got Fleet Street. So this beautiful monument right behind me actually marks the divide between Fleet Street and the Strand. This is the Strand. Now Strand actually comes from an old English word strond, which means the edge of the river. Now the River Thames actually used to reach up this far, but now there's more buildings that have been in front of it. But that's how the name came about, and this was quite a fancy area in the 12th and 17th centuries. So during that time, a lot of poets, authors and philosophers lived around here, and one of the most famous ones are Virginia Woolf and Charles Dickens. So behind me is a disused station. This is Strand Station, which led to Holborn. But inside I've heard that there is a wooden lift, but it's no longer in use obviously. But I just thought I'd share a bit of history with you because you can see the entrance but you can't actually go in anymore. Even though it's a disused station, that doesn't mean that it doesn't get used. They actually film movies inside. Now just because we're in the area and I love sharing facts, this statue behind me is of Samuel Johnson. Now he's famous for writing the first English dictionary. So now that the Strand is done, the next stop is Fleet Street. So here we are at Fleet Street. This is the second stop on the third side of the board. Now Fleet Street actually is a long lost river of London which was covered over in 1766. Now the river actually started in Hampstead Heath and ran all the way to Blackfriars Bridge in London on the River Thames. Now Fleet actually comes from an Anglo-Saxon word which means a tidal inlet. So that's how Fleet Street got its name. Next up on the board is Trafalgar Square. So this very beautiful square behind me is Trafalgar Square. Now Trafalgar Square gets its name from the British victory at Trafalgar. Now this name was actually chosen in preference to King William IV Square, and it was actually built in the 1840s. Fun fact for you, so in the background is St Martin's in the Fields, which was also built and designed by Christopher Wren. Alright, here we are, we're at the third stop on the Monopoly board. So this is Fenchurch Street. Now Fenchurch is actually named after St Gabriel Fenchurch, which was a church that burnt down in this area during the Great Fire of 1666. So the name Fenchurch actually has two origins that it could possibly have come from. So one of them is from the Latin word fena, meaning hay. Now there used to be a hay market in this area, so that's one possible explanation. Now the other one refers to the fact that this area was also quite wet and boggy, which is just like the East Anglian Fens. So what I failed to mention is the reason why the area was wet and boggy was because there was a river here which is now long gone, and that was the Longbourn River. So just standing out the front of Fenchurch Street Station, I just thought I'd show you on the board exactly where these places are because we've got a nice little tourist map here. So we haven't got all of the locations, but I will show you that we've got Fenchurch Street. Then over here we've got Fleet Street. And then further over again is the Strand. So the other places are further up the map, but just to give you an idea of how far apart these places are. So next up is Leicester Square, so let's go check it out.
Now Leicester actually gets its name from a contemporary house, Leicester House, and that in turn was named after Sir Robert Sidney, the second Earl of Leicester, and this was built in 1670. Sunny day in London, and you can see that this square gets very busy, but I just wanted to point out that this statue behind me with this water feature is a statue of William Shakespeare. Next up on the board is Coventry Street. Now Coventry Street is actually named after Henry Coventry, who was the Secretary of State to Charles II in 1681. And this road actually connects Leicester Square with Piccadilly Circus, which is our next and final stop on the third side of the Monopoly board. On the third side of the Monopoly board, this is Piccadilly. Now Piccadilly's name actually comes from a famous tailor back in the 16th century. Now he was famous creating stiffened collars called piccadilles, and that's how the name of this area came about, because their shop was based here. So that's it guys, that we're at the end of side 3 of the Monopoly board. So if you haven't seen the first 2 parts, I've linked them in the description, and by the time you probably see this video, I would have done part 4 as well. So please follow along on my Instagram, Twitter and Facebook page. I update there regularly. Leave a comment, please subscribe and let me know your thoughts and other videos you'd like me to do. Until next time,